Well, well, well. If it isn't the consequences of one's actions, it looks like Disney is now facing yet another lawsuit, this time for forcing their employees to take the jab. Now, this is something that happened across this United States and probably all around the world, in Western countries anyway, that I knew was going to lead towards these type of lawsuits. Famously, Carhartt, the last Carhartt I ever bought. Now, I still own the hoodies. I'm like one of those weirdos that burns their perfectly good sweaters to prove a point on the internet. But that was the last Carhartt hoodie I ever bought when they forced their employees to get it. All the PD, law enforcement, all the people that were forced to get that, or the military, or all the good pilots that quit when they were forced to get it. I knew there would be lawsuits. And now Disney just got hit with one, and a judge has sided with those bringing the lawsuit. That story and more after a quick word from this video sponsor. Huge shout out to this video sponsor, Private Internet Access. Look, in current year, everyone basically has to have a VPN. It's a extremely versatile and now basically required tool of browsing the modern internet. And that's why I'm happy to be partnered with Private Internet Access and have been for over a year now. It's a VPN I use, it's a VPN I recommend to my friends and family, and I have a massive discount for my viewers. In short, a VPN allows you to change the location that you may be seen as browsing the internet from. This helps you unlock television shows and movies that might not be available in your area. It allows you to browse the internet anonymously. Heck, even right now, we just saw several countries, for example, Google and Meta are now blocking news in Canada. And well, how are you going to get your news? Well, you could change your location. VPN helps protect your privacy, secure your data, and bypass network blocks. It comes in extremely important all the time. That's why I have it on my computers, laptops, and mobile phones. Private Internet Access is an open source app with no usage logs, unlimited bandwidth, high-speed global server network, dedicated apps, powerful encryption, and 24/7 live support. Unlock the power of the internet and stay censorship-free by using my link in the description below and get yourself. ABC and Disney might be feeling a little bit under the weather right now. The network and the Mouse House owners have lost their attempt to dismiss a discrimination lawsuit by two General Hospital crew members over the COOF jab mandates. Now, the religious discrimination action will go to trial unless ABC wants to make a deal to make it all go away. Now, bold prediction, they are going to make that deal. I think that if we've noticed anything from, the way juries award money in the Trump case, you might have a more conservative jury looking to want to stick it to Disney. These two employees could get massive settlements. Unlike the ex-GH actor Ingo Rademacher, General Hospital, in his own now tossed jab mandate suit, father and son James Wall and Tim Wall cooperated with the soap opera and the network in establishing their genuine Christian religious beliefs and desired exemptions from getting the then mandated jabs. Of course, cooperation or not, Disney, ABC, and General Hospital still fired the duo when they refused to abide by the protocols and get the jab. The network told the Walls that it was, quote, unable to conclude that you are prevented from receiving the jab due to sincerely held religious beliefs, practice, or observance. Now, I'm going to guess if these two had, I don't know, identified as purebloods or something like that, identified as, you say, I identify as a tree person and that's poison to my roots. I can't get that. They probably would have let that slide. While not common, such refusals occurred on several shows and projects, with more than a handful of those objecting during the lockdown return to work months. In particular, ABC seems to have stumbled more than once into deftly handling religious exemptions as the Walls case and possible workarounds that were rejected make clears. which means this week's decision, even though LA Superior Court Judge Stephen Gorvich did agree with ABC to jettison an invasion of privacy claim, we'll see the General Hospital Video Effects Department members get their wish and have a jury make the final judgment on their faith, so to speak. Because this necessarily involves a credibility determination, it is different to grant summary adjudication of this issue, wrote the judge. While defendants' counsel identifies seeming inconsistencies, plaintiffs raised sufficient facts to give rise to a trialable issue, their explanations of their religious beliefs. So essentially, they said, hey, Disney, ABC's parent company, we are Christian. We don't want this in our bodies. It goes against our religious beliefs. And Disney said, we don't care. You're fired anyway. Now, if they were Muslim, do you think they would have fired them? I'm just asking the question. I wonder if Disney would have had the stones to do that. I doubt it. So now these people have to go to trial to prove that they are religious. It's insanity. Quote, the jury, not the judge, should determine whether the plaintiffs were genuine in their beliefs, given the disputed facts and the necessity of making credible determinations. Here's the thing. If the jury sides with them, they're going to get huge money. And this could open up absolutely more lawsuits, right? Fired by ABC and General Hospital in late 2021, the Walls initially sued for religious and disability discrimination, retaliation, and more back in June. As the case moved through backlog courts, the family members dropped the disability and wrongful termination and retaliation claims. Disney and ABC did not respond for comment. They wrote, as many people moved beyond the lockdowns, this ruling should serve as a reminder of the thousands of people who lost their careers because they asserted their rights and stood up to their employees' efforts to make them violate their conscience. This lockdown won't be over until every corporation that violated its employees' rights has been held accountable. We look forward to presenting this case to jury soon. They're going to win. I want everybody who got fired should be filing these lawsuits, because if it goes to trial, I think they're going to win. Like, if you're going to start putting people's religious beliefs up to jury trials, like, that's the world we're going to live in. Like, this is going to go very poorly. I am very strong. I very strongly believe that they will win this. Now, if the jury's in California, jury selection is obviously going to be pretty important. And I think that the only person in the jury that's going to vote against this is probably going to be somebody who's like anti-religious, or who leftism is their religion. Like, this is like, even like I said, I'm not like a churchgoer, right? I mean, you know, I get drawn into it a little bit more each year, but I'm not like an overwhelming church person, right? If I was sitting on a jury, I'd be like, who am I to decide how religious they have to be in order to say they have a religious exemption? Plus, also, think about the likelihood of having a few people on that jury of people who are unjabbed, who didn't want to have it. Now, you could have some branch Covidians in there, but you're also going to have people who aren't. So, I mean, I think they're probably going to lose this. That on top of this other little discrimination case that Disney is facing. Of course, the Mandalorian actress Gina Carano's suing. This suit was filed, you know, just to remind you, this was from just last week. She said, the truth is I was being hunted down for everything I posted on every post I liked because it was not in line with the acceptable narrative at the time. Carano said on Tuesday's post on X, my words were consistently twisted to dehumanize me as some sort of alt-right extremist. It was a bullying smear campaign aimed at silencing, destroying, and making an example of me. All of this for Gina Carano saying beep, boop, blop, or whatever. Beep, boop, bop. That's what, you know, that's what caused her to be fired. Well, really, the unending harassment campaign from people on Twitter and Disney bowing to that. You know, but that's, you know, neither here nor there. I mean, this kind of stuff is starting to bubble back up. I don't know if Gina wins this one, but it's just more bad news for Disney. Carano's posts were made while she was off duty and away from the workplace. She alleges she was fired because she dared to voice her own opinions on social media platforms and elsewhere and stood up to the online bully mob who demanded her compliance with their extreme progressive ideology. 100% agree. Of course, Elon Musk is funding this lawsuit. So Disney's getting a little bit of coof blowback. Should be pretty interesting to see. Should be very interesting to see how this shakes out. Hope they win.